got deadly alliances going on Raw. We got some deadly alliances. Giulia and Roxanne joining forces. Two bitter enemies of each other joining forces for the greater good. We got Bron Breaker joining Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Deadly alliances is taking place in WWE. First it was the Souls, Shane Song. Now it's the Deadly Alliances, Shane Song, the Corn Chief. It's going on up in this thing, man. What's up, wrestling fans? I be the main event. Welcome to the main event, the most unhinged wrestling podcast on YouTube. And we're about to break it down. So this here is your Raw review. John Cena kicks off the show. And he was talking smack. He talked smack to the fans. He talked about how they were booing Cody. First you cheer Cody. You want Cody to be the man. Then when Cody finally is the man, you boo Cody. And you cheer me because I got this title and think I'm just supposed to forget everything y'all done to me? Nah, says John Cena. The fans must think he's stupid like them. Out comes Randy Orton as John Cena hit his final pose for the night. Hits John Cena with the RKO. And we know where it's going. I told y'all Randy Orton is the next person to face John Cena. And I hit the nail on the head with that one. Right? Liv Morgan and Raquel faces Becky Lynch and La Valkyria to regain their tag team titles. Which they did. In a good match. There was a good tag team match. All four ladies were doing their thing in the ring, right? And Liv and Raquel retains. Becky turns on Lyra Valkyria. She hit her with like 3 manhandle pump slams, laying like Lyra Valkyria out. Now I did say this. I said if Becky not returning, it was gonna be Bayley that go heel. I did say that. But if Becky returns, it'll be Becky or Lyra turning heel. One of the two. I asked Taquan. Asked my boy Taquan. I said, who would you like to see as a heel, Lyra or Becky? He said he think Lyra should take that role to, like, get a new role. But look, it was Becky. Becky is the heel. And it looked like she's going after the Intercontinental Championship. And I told y'all, when Lyra and Becky step in the ring, one of the two is going to be a heel. So now we got our answer. Well, I got my answer. We got our answer. Becky is the heel in this. She's the one that looked like she attacked Bayley backstage. So we will be rocking this story out. New Day, as they make their way into the building, they run across Karrion Kross. And they give Karrion Kross the nod. And Karrion Kross just put the little Grinch smile up, right? But they make their way to the ring. The Alpha Bays pull up. They want a shot at the tag titles. New Day said, well, Maxine called them Minute Men. And Kofi like, we ain't no Minute Man. Y'all want to do this? Then let's do this thing, eh? Yeah, let's do this thing. So, we were just about to get the match with New Day and Alpha Bays when the lights went out. The music hits. The Titantron glows. And out comes Rusev. Rusev, with his return to WWE, comes out, New Day runs. The New Day gets the hell up out the ring. The Alpha Babes want to fight. He destroys Tozawa, destroys Otis, put the clutch, the camel clutch on Otis, and put him out. So Rusev is back. Maxine Dupree is on the outside of the ring, crying. If we're not gonna get Lana back, Maxine Dupree may be joining Rusev as his companion. So we'll see what happened there though. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that down in the comments. Judgment Day celebrate backstage, Finn Balor with the little Finn sad look on his face, a discourager himself. Congratulations, Dawn, but we all know what Finn Balor mind is. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Io Sky comes out, which was a great segment for the women, right? It was a good segment. I love this segment. Io Sky came out. Stephanie Valkyrie come out. She want to fight the best. She challenges Io Sky. And Perez comes out. He makes the match. These two women took it to each other. Back and forth, back and forth. And Roxanne interrupts the match by attacking Io. Then Giulia attacked Stephanie. Then we thought Giulia and Roxanne was going to fight each other. But no. They formed an alliance. Not just an alliance, a deadly alliance. Now we can see why Roxanne was pulled from Cora Jade right then and there. To form this alliance with Giulia, they made a fucking statement coming out there on the main roster. It was big. It was huge. And it seemed like the fans knew who Stephanie was. The fans knew who Giulia was. They know who Roxanne is. So it's like, remember when NXT people used to make an appearance on the main roster and people don't know who the fuck they is? They know these women. They know exactly who they are. But they continue to beat down, and out comes Rhea Ripley. She smashed up Roxanne real quick, and then she face off with Giulia, who decides she ain't want none. She ain't want none. So Giulia makes her way out the ring, and her and Roxanne leave together. Rhea looks at the title. She grabs the title. She gives it back to Io, and she says she's coming back for this. She's coming back. But do Rhea Ripley have some challenges on her hand, as in Roxanne, Giulia, stepping in her way? Could Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez have something on their hand if they decide to go for the tag titles? Look, this was a good show. It was a good show. A lot of big surprises. I'm talking, it went down. I loved it. This was just the party type of the match. Now, I loved it that Jey Uso got a celebration video package. I loved it. The music was good. The videos that they aligned was good. I loved it. Nice. But Jey came out, did his regular thing. It's just me, Uso. But what made this so exciting was Sami Zayn pulled up. He celebrated with Jey Uso. While Jey Uso was on a turnbuckle, Sami walked behind him. And I know y'all thought what I thought. Sami about to turn on Jey Uso because he want a shot at the title. And the best way to get a shot at the title is to attack the person with the title. But he didn't turn. Him and Jey celebrated some more. And then Jimmy came out to celebrate with him. But we all know, I told y'all, I said, look, if Jey Uso don't join John Cena and The Rock, then Sami Zayn will be the one to turn heel on Jey Uso. But we gonna see. He may not. They may just have a friendly battle at first. But they may just have a friendly battle that leads to Sami turning heel. Or Sami just right off the bat turn heel. But we're gonna see how this plays out. Maybe Jey do turn heel though. Maybe Jey do turn on Sami. We don't know that yet. But let's see how it plays out. AJ Styles was getting interviewed in the back. He said he gonna take this L with his head up high. Karrion Kross pulled up, talking shit to AJ. AJ ain't trying to hear that shit. He ain't trying to hear that shit. Told Karrion Kross if he wants something done, then he do it himself. And Karrion Kross like, yeah, I will. You know what I'm saying? But I like the Karrion Kross gimmick. It's growing on me. Put it like that. It's growing on me. Gunther, we went to commercial. Come back. And Gunther was talking shit to Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. And Michael Cole was like, hey, I ain't the one who tapped out. So this is what pisses Gunther off. He put Michael Cole in the chokehold. Pat McAfee, well, first he pushed Pat down. And then Cole says, I ain't the one that tapped out. Put Michael Cole in the chokehold. Pat saves Michael Cole. Gunther get a hold of Pat McAfee. and just choked this man lifeless. I mean, that man was looking like one of my kids' lollipops. You know what I'm saying? He choked Pat McAfee down. Security came out. Pat McAfee crew was trying to interfere, but security had to hold him. And really, his crew was costing him to get choked some more. Really righteous. Because all they had to do was sit their head down and let the officials do their job. Pat McAfee crew caused him that long ass chokehold. Yeah. Is they the heels? But anyway, Michael Cole gave the night off, but he decided to come back out and join Joe Tessitore on the commentary. Then we get Dom versus Penta Bean in a match for the IC title. And out of nowhere, in the middle of the match, JD McDonough returns to help out Dirty Dom retain the IC title. Everybody celebrating. Carlito, JD, Dom, they celebrating. And Finn looking like, what the hell is going on here? I ain't know this was this a plan all along? Like, how y'all ain't gonna let me know my best friend coming back? How my best friend ain't gonna let me know that he coming back? I was out of the plans? Because you would have fucked it up, Finn. If they would have told you the plans, they already know you were gonna fuck it up. That's why they didn't tell your ass. That's why. But the Judgment Day story is slowly continuing with Dirty Dom and Finn Balor. Then we get our main segment for the night. Dirty Dom actually main evented the wrestling match of the night. We get our main segment for the night, right? Seth Rollins comes out. Before he can get anything really off his chest, where do you see? Yeah, CM Punk comes out, right? Him and Seth Rollins get the fight. He turns towards Paul Heyman, grabs Paul Heyman, start wrinkling up his tuxedo. And Seth Rollins was like, no, you ain't finna fuck his suit up. Let me fuck you up real quick. He fucked up CM Punk, put the stomp on him, and he was embracing himself, drowning in his ego until the music hits. Out comes Roman Reigns, spirited Seth Rollins, slowly turns toward Paul Heyman. About to hit Paul Heyman with a spear. Well, he Superman punched Paul Heyman. Gets in the corner. About to hit Paul Heyman with a spear. As he going for a spear, he gets speared. I'm talking about a major spear. This wasn't no regular spear. My guy throws out the hood, takes off the hoodie, and it's Bron Breakker. Seth Rollins get back in the ring. Him and Bron Breakker face off. Right, they face off. Bron Breakker runs towards Seth Rollins, but runs past Seth Rollins and spears CM Punk. As Bron Breakker slowly rises from the ground, Seth Rollins puts his arm around Bron Breakker. Embrace Bron Breakker. And now we see that Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker has formed a deadly alliance. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. I said Bron Breakker was gonna lose his title, but I thought Bron Breakker was gonna lose it due to kayfabe injury, and Paul Heyman was gonna walk out of the triple threat match, and then Paul Heyman and Bron Breakker was gonna team up. So I got that partially right, because Bron Breakker did join Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. It was a little bit more salt to it that I was missing, but I was close. I got to give myself credit for that. I was close. But what do y'all think about these two deadly alliances? Giulia and Roxanne teaming up, Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker along with Paul Heyman teaming up. Let me know what y'all think about this down in the comment, man. I'll be the main event, and I'll catch you all in the next main event. Peace.